from a point of view of an athlete, you go to the Olympics, the IOC don't pay you anything.
Yeah.
You only get paid by a country if you win a medal, of which country like Australia that, that we win so many medals.
Yep.
You max 36,000 or something for a gold or something
basically.
like that. So
so it goes on top of our normal sort of pay that we get.
Yep.
So roughly for a yearly salary, I'm on 37.5 grand.
Yeah.
And I get a little bit extra from Oz Cycling. So an extra 12 grand on top of that.
Yeah.
And then from there, we get our medal bonuses.
Yeah.
Non-Olympic years, it takes you world championships. So best case scenario, it's 20 grand.
Yeah.
So overall, I'd be on, if I was world champion like 2022, I was on about 67. And then prize money as well from that, it ups it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I'd probably be about 72, 74 grand.
Yeah, wow.
Don't have to pay tax because it all comes from grants and stuff. We pay tax on prize money, but the prize money is normally about 5-6 grand a year. So we only pay tax after that 22 grand, I think, in Australia.
Even less than that, maybe.
So and the 12 grand from my federation is taxable as well. So I'm always underneath that tax threshold. So 72, 74 grand without paying tax is pretty decent. But to get that, you have to be world champion.
Yeah, so we're talking
pretty fucking hard. So from 2022 and then 2023, I went silver, so it dropped down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then bronze at the Olympic Games, it drops down to 10K medal bonus. So I've lost about 10 grand. So I started off good and slowly dropping down. So for us, and also as well, getting that extra 12 grand from our federation is really good. If I was an athlete who wasn't doing cycling and wasn't labeled as podium, which is your highest classification of athletes, so you have to get top 3 in the world. If I was podium ready, it drops down to, I think, 28 grand, no medal bonus and no extra money from our cycling federation. So 28 grand for your year is pretty...
That's
that's
not looking good.
Take about like 10 grand off for rent, groceries.
And you're an athlete, so you're eating high quality food,
you don't
supplements,
have
lots
much
of it
left in the kitty, unfortunately. So like I do struggle a lot in Australia being like track cycling. It's not a mainstream sport. You know, I'm not 100%. An AFL player. I'm not this, I should do more for my Instagram. I really don't. If I wanted to, open up for try and get these sponsorships, but I'm lazy. I don't enjoy it. I enjoy my training and my racing.
Yeah.
So I could do more for it. But if you were in a sport, say shooting, where it's really hard to get those sponsorships because it's a firearm and you're technically, I don't think people really like sort of shooting sponsorships in Australia. I've talked to a few and they said like, we can't get sponsorships. So we're having to pay for ammo out of our pocket. I could imagine that 28 grand would just go like that.
Yeah. And you're talking about the more you practice, the more you spend, especially with a sport like that.
Yeah, exactly right. So with the enhanced games, I have been following, Magnuson, James Magnuson. Yeah. So he's like said a lot, and he's pretty open about how much he was getting from Swimming Australia, and it's people think these athletes are well paid and stuff. We're really not. We're making ends meet. So for someone like him, a retired swimmer who has only just retired recently, I think 2018, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, go for it, man. Like, I'm not going to shun him for wanting to do this enhanced games. He's retired. Why does it matter? Like,
it's not affecting the others.
Yeah, exactly right. His career is in like normal swimming is done. So for him, and I think if he gets a world record, it's $1 million or something. Is that what they reckon? I think is it 100 grand now? Or?
So it's $1 million US, but they once again they're cheeky with how. Even I went on their website, had a look, and it's only for the 50 meter freestyle or the 100 meter sprint. No one else.
So it's a bit of misinformation that everyone gets $1 million.
Yeah. So but they are. Once again, I need to look into it a little bit more or have a chat with them. But it's that I think that every athlete will get paid a base salary though.
Yeah.
So, and that's where I think a lot of people probably have that argument. And, I see like obviously through my sister seeing what female soccer players, what the limited pay and things. So you have the argument. I understand that if no one's watching your sport, how can we expect to get paid? Sport is a business, whatever.
The
Olympics, a lot of people are watching that. People need to get paid. So whether that needs to be a percentage
of the money, basically.
No,
it's ridiculous. Well, you go for free, basically. Like, you don't. And only get a medal bonus if you're.
And that's
from
not
Australia.
from the IOC. That's from your country. So I just wonder whether like that, even that push, whether people are for or against the enhanced games, it's like that push to pay the athlete for the show they're putting on. Really, like
definitely.
You can't put on the Olympics without the athletes. Sure, you need that stage.
Fourth or fifth most watched sporting event in the world.
Yeah, it must be what? Super Bowl, maybe World Cup.
Yeah, I swear I've seen this on Reels.
World Cup is definitely, I think, number one.
Number 2 is Tour de France because it goes over 21 days and it's just accumulative.
Yeah, true.
World Cup, I think, is maybe number 1, like Soccer World Cup, because it goes over a few weeks.
Yeah.
But like so much Olympics is definitely in that top 5, and us athletes don't see a single cent from that. I'm still grateful for the whole experience and everything, but people just think I'm this, like big baller basically, but I'm far from it. Just trying to make a living. Yeah. I'm just trying to make a living.
Yeah.
But back to enhanced games. I listened to the Joe Rogan podcast about it, and the bloke on there actually said track cycling was his favorite sport, but I don't think they've actually included it into their games, because it would be interesting to see if there is any sort of retired people that would have raced it and stuff, and what they could do. Yeah. And how does that compare to this?
Head over to Jordan Checker Podcast to get the full exclusive experience.